In my opinion, you deserve every single thing that you want. You deserve all the abundance in all the areas. You should be able to have absolutely anything that is here in the material world. And you can have it. All it comes to is the ability of aligning your mind with what you want and getting your heart on board saying, yes, I really do want this. Because when both the things become aligned, it starts to generate what's called outer intention. And this outer intention is literally the source of all magic that exists across all of the universe and in everything. That is the power of God. And Libyan Desert Glass can tap us into it instantly. And it's very simple. Libyan Desert Glass has an incredible frequency to it. And it's in everything. It's in the trees, it's in the rocks, it's in each other. It's this spark of like really pure wisdom. And the crystals are the #1 thing I've ever experienced in life to tune into this and to really just grow with it so incredibly quickly. And that's why in this video, what I'm specifically talking about is Libyan Desert Glass. So Libyan Desert Glass is actually considered not a crystal, it's an impactite. Now this is insanely cool. I have a whole video that talks all about the ancient history of Libyan Desert Glass, and there's this whole mystery around it where science is still having a little bit of a disagreement of their ability on being able to agree on what is Libyan Desert Glass, where did it come from? There's some pretty far out theories, all kinds of cool stuff, even some alien stuff in that video tagged below. But in this video, I don't want to talk about the history of Libyan Desert Glass or what it is, because I already have that. And I've also got a lot of other videos already talking about the energy. What I want to talk about right now is Libyan Desert Glass's incredible ability to help us to literally step through portals in terms of manifestation. And this is absolutely, absolutely incredible. Here's the deal. A lot of us here, we're spiritual, okay, sure. We practice awareness, we're doing all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, inside of every single one of us, I believe, is God. And the spark of God. Every single one of us has this spark. We're all a part of God. Now, this means, and this is something that I've seen reflected in my life a lot, that our journey has a lot to do with being a creator and choosing the experience that we want. In the same way that God is able to do this, so are we. Every single one of us can choose our experience. And if we don't think that that's possible, then what the truth is that on this different level of awareness that we just might not be tapped into yet, not because we're dumb, but because we're really immersed in our current experience, which I'll explain a little bit, what happens is we're so tuned into it that the awareness, it just loses itself on us sometimes. And it's possible that if you don't think that you can choose your experience or have all the things that you want in life, it's because you are choosing to experience reality where it's not possible. And I realize that that's something that could trigger somebody. But it's one of those things that maybe sometimes it really could stand to, you know? So what I want to talk about specifically with the Libyan Desert Glass is this awareness and the ability to be able to use the Libyan Desert Glass to manifest anything that we want for ourselves. Because there might be all kinds of different spiritual groups and information and things out there saying that the way to, you know, reach enlightenment or bliss within yourself or any kind of fulfillment is to surrender everything. And I completely disagree. I've tried this multiple times. I've done all kinds of ridiculous stuff on my spiritual journey. And what I keep coming back to is that I am God. I'm an extension of God. I'm here to be a creator. I'm here to choose. And I want to enjoy all the things that are here in the earthly realm while I'm here. Why would I want to spend my whole time in the material world trying to figure out how to get back to the metaphysical world when I already aced that test to be able to come here in the first place? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, and it seems like this whole big paradoxical loop intended to drain your energy, and I just don't want to be part of it anymore, so I'm choosing not to be. In my opinion, you deserve every single thing that you want. You deserve all the abundance in all the areas. You should be able to have absolutely anything that is here in the material world. And you can have it. All it comes to is the ability of aligning your mind with what you want and getting your heart on board saying, yes, I really do want this. Because when both the things become aligned, it starts to generate what's called outer intention. And this outer intention is literally the source of all magic that exists across all of the universe and in everything. That is the power of God. And Libyan Desert Glass can tap us into it instantly. And it's very simple. Libyan Desert Glass has an incredible frequency to it. Now this frequency, it isn't an auditory one that you'll necessarily hear. Some of us do, who are very sensitive, and as you continue to expand in energy, more of these things come about. But the point is not to listen for a specific frequency. The point is to simply coexist with it and be with it. Now when you do this, this frequency pulls you into a different perspective of reality. Right now we're so immersed in our current experience, it's hard to give ourselves permission or realize that it absolutely is possible to step into something else. We get very caught up in the story that's playing out. Very, very caught up. When we get so caught up in the story, it's basically the same thing as being an actor in a show. You're also the director. You're also the audience. You're the script writer, right? You are the actor. So this is attributed to forgetting that you are all of these things, and you completely think that you are the character in the story and all the things that are happening. It becomes very hard to step out of the scene that's being presented to you. This is what I mean by being super, super immersed in our current story. By simply stepping out into a different perspective, taking a little bit more of the audience's perspective, but also the script writer. This is one of my favorite things about Libyan Desert Glass. It really tunes you into the frequency of what it's like to be the script writer, the creator, the one who's choosing the story that you are acting and playing a part in. So when we just kind of tune into this energy on this frequency, it literally pulls us into new perspectives, new ways of being. And this is where the magic happens, because we can start to see from a perspective of where else we might want to be in our lives, and that, yes, I can. Now, the moment your mind and heart hop on board and say, yes, I do want, for example, this is a very common thing, and I think that a lot of people in the spiritual community, they don't want to talk about money, and they say that it's like not this great thing and we shouldn't move towards it because that's not spiritual. Again, I'm gonna just go ahead and disagree. There's nothing wrong with money. It's energetic exchange, it's part of this reality. And to be completely honest with you guys, I'm going to have a shit ton of money. I'm absolutely certain of it, and I don't feel bad about it at all because I know I deserve it, and I know that I deserve to be able to do anything that I want in life and have anything without even having to question it or whether I can afford it. And that's genuinely how I feel about myself and my reality. But I didn't always. It was Libyan Desert Glass that helped me to tune in and hop on board with the version of myself that A, knows I deserve it, B, knows I really actually do want that for myself, and C, knows that I will have it. Oh, and let me tell you something, I will. I absolutely will. And this is the power of Libyan Desert Glass, because that's really the whole thing right there when it comes to manifestation. There's all these conversations and topics, law of attraction, belief system, subconscious, blah, 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 all this stuff. Sure, these are all layers of a certain kind of information, and there's all different levels of truth to everything, but we don't have to understand how everything works. You don't have to understand how the toaster works. You just put the toast in, push the thing down, and it makes the toast. It's effective enough. So that's why I'm gonna talk about the toaster now. This is the toaster. This is how you make toast. You don't have to go through all these lessons of all the gears and cogs and springs in there. Why? Why would you have to do that? The only thing that the toaster is very simple. Know what you want in both your mind and heart. Be completely on board with it, and then you just simply move towards it, knowing that it is possible and that it is on its way to you and that you do have it and will have it. That's all it takes. And you can shift into absolutely anything. I absolutely guarantee it. I bet my life on it. I bet my puppy's life. Anytime I say this crazy stuff in my videos, I think probably some people are like, oh my God, Nathan keeps saying he bets his entire family's life on something he's saying. The point is that I know that what I'm saying is true. How do I know that? Because I've listened to my Libyan Desert Glass, I have hopped on board, and I have seen it over and over and over and over again that I can have anything that I want. The moment I stop wanting it and know I'll have it and move towards it in that way, it's suddenly here. I see it every single day, all of the time. And one of the biggest things that gets in our way, or maybe not gets in our way, but here's a great example of this. Most of us see this every single day in our lives, but in the opposite effect. You know you don't want to experience traffic in both your heart and your mind, and guess what? Then you end up experiencing traffic. Because reality isn't going to discriminate between what you do or don't want. Reality works by simply listening to what both your mind and heart are aligned with and what it is that you're moving towards. If my mind is aligned with I do want this or I don't want this, and my heart is simultaneously saying the same thing, and I'm moving towards it, literally dispersing that energy in physical reality, moving towards it, it will happen. Nothing can get in the way. It's just not possible. Because that's how reality literally works. And I've seen it again and again in all these different examples in my life, and that's why I stand by it, and I know it's true. And it's also why I feel unlimited, and it's also why I feel completely tapped into the power of God and my ability to choose/create the reality that is what I really am choosing. Not what other people have told me I'm supposed to be choosing, not what I think I deserve because what's been programmed into me, not what I think is going to happen because it's what happens every single day and it's what I'm used to, but because I am the power of the universe. I am the power of God. It's in every single one of us. Maybe the best way to be thankful and grateful to God isn't to surrender our entire human life to bowing down and not doing anything, but simply taking joy in the ability to create your experience and experience whatever you want. Isn't that what God's all about? Isn't that kind of what God's doing? Man. Libyan Desert Glass is this insanely powerful energy that radiates this frequency that when you tune to it, it puts you in a perspective of somebody who does have power in their lives. That's what Libyan Desert Glass does. Now, when you first start working with Libyan Desert Glass, it's possible that some things are gonna come up in your field of energy and in your mind and certain things in your life that you might not like, and the energy might be a little bit triggering. Now, what's happening here is that the frequency that it's radiating at and that energy, you're shifting into that. But to be able to shift into this, something else that happens in reality is we have to be able to disperse that physical energy. We have to be able to let it go. Otherwise, we create lots of resistance. So the way that this actually plays out in reality is you'll start confronting certain things and certain beliefs, certain ideas you have about yourself, maybe even your job currently or certain things that you're working on. These kinds of things will start to fall out of your life so that you can fully step into the part of you that is super powerful and is able to choose the entire experience. And it is absolutely magnificent. Libyan Desert Glass is 100 million% my favorite crystal for manifestation. I've never felt any energy that was better. And let me tell you guys else something about this. The price of Libyan Desert Glass has just gone down. Now, what happens when the price of things go down is people immediately stop giving it as much credit for being powerful and they stop wanting it. If I were you, I would take the opposite stance and get myself a nice piece of Libyan Desert Glass while the price has gone down, because it will go back up. It's kind of how investing works. But Libyan Desert Glass is awesome, guys. I love it so much. There's a train coming by right now. It's gonna be freaking epic. I'll see you in the next scene, but go ahead and check out this train coming. Sorry about that, guys. A train started going by and it got really loud. So anyways, here we are, a little bit of distance away from the train. You can probably still hear it. One of the other things I really love about Libyan Desert Glass is that a lot of what we think in our lives and in our society and our experiences is that when you want something, you have to focus on making money to be able to make that happen, right? For example, I want to travel the world. So what a lot of us end up doing is we start thinking, okay, what I need to do is figure out how to make money so that I can travel the world. And this is completely backwards, believe it or not. And this is something you're just gonna have to try for yourself. I honestly don't care. Like, I do care, and I want you guys to be super fulfilled and happy, of course, but just try it. That's the only place you're gonna get the evidence and know that it works, because I can't prove these things, obviously. But it all comes to this. Instead of focusing on trying to make the money to be able to travel, instead what you do, just go and travel, and the money will come to you to support it. Because that's what money is. It's an energetic exchange. Libyan Desert Glass is an incredible energy to help us to tune in and simply start instantly moving towards the things that we want. Stop moving towards the money. Stop caring about money in the same way that we have been. We don't need money to be happy. Just be happy and the money will come to you, because it all happens at once, kind of in this way. So Libyan Desert Glass is absolutely insane for all these things I'm talking about. I freaking love it. Like I said, the price of it right now has gone way, way, way down in the market. I would recommend getting myself a piece while I have. I think it's the #1 crystal that we have a lot of, right? I think we've got like...
Yes, we have a lot.
Oh, I was
so
just gonna say...
and buy it.
Well, no, that's... She's right, we do have a store and we sell Libyan Desert Glass. That was not the point. I was not trying to make a sales pitch, Ruby. What I was trying to say is that I think we own almost like 600 grams of Libyan Desert Glass. I've got it like all up on my belt and stuff. Check this out. This is my manifestation belt, guys.
Oh yeah.
The point is that I love the energy so much. It's really effective in my life, and I would rather have a piece of Libyan Desert Glass than money. Because with the piece of Libyan Desert Glass, for some reason, way, way, way more money comes to me. And when I just have the money, it like stagnates, and that's a whole different energy thing. So anyways, there's our Libyan Desert Glass conversation. Tons of love to you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for letting me know what you think about this conversation below. And I'll see you guys for the next video. And thanks a lot. All right, see you later.
Bye.